Morning, my beautiful imperfectionist family. What's good? It's your girl Tammy, aka That's a Woman, coming to you with this week's session of planting and or watering, where I'm either planting something new in your life or watering something that has already been planted. It's for your weekly inspiration, your little charge to get you fired up as you continue on your journey of life. And I'm going to jump right in because something has been playing in my spirit. And so I know 'tis the season to be jolly, but are you? Are you really jolly? Are you really happy? Are you feeling hopeful? Are you feeling walking around with eagerness and expectation about what's coming? Or are you low-key feeling melancholy? You feeling sad? You're feeling hopeless. And so today's message is to encourage you, if you are able to resonate with anything that I've just said. And I am looking from the vantage point based on things that I'm hearing and knowing. And so as you're on this journey and you make observations, one of the observations that I'm really learning, people really are not happy. And you know, a lot of that comes from lack of attention to our mental health. Or let me say it this way, because here's the thing. I think the topic of mental health has been around for a while now. I won't say long enough. You don't put a time limit on things like that. But it's been around enough for us to now know we need to tend to it, right? We need to do things that make us happy, make us joyful. And we need to face those emotions that's keeping us from that. And a lot of times people find themselves stuck in some circumstances and some situations, whether it's the loss of a loved one, health issues, financial issues, worldly issues. There's situations that show up that people tend to find themselves stuck. They're stuck. And they give the appearance, because the response that seems to be to the question a lot is, I'm okay. And they give the appearance of okay and having it together, when inside they're screaming for help. They're like, there's a show with Kerry Washington, Unprisoned. There's a prisoned little person inside of them that's screaming for help, and they're not sure how to get it. And a lot of that is because, I say it all the time, the safe spaces haven't been created for them to get it. And so they're fearful. And so that fear is controlling the narrative of their life. And one of the things that I want to highlight is, one, God has not given any of us, let me say that again, any of us, the spirit of fear. So we can't operate in that fear. And when I'm saying the spirit of fear, the fear from getting the help that you need. A lot of people need help, but are fearful in their efforts to get it because they don't want to appear weak. And I say all the time, vulnerability, of course, I know you have to be mindful of where you're vulnerable, but when you're in the presence of the right person, vulnerability is a strength. A strength that can let you know, I can be authentic. I can pull back the layers. I can talk to this broken little boy or little girl that's in my body that's trying to protect me. Because ultimately, that's what Unprisoned was about. The little girl that had trauma her whole life and even into her adult life, she was trying to protect the big girl, the big person, the big boy. And a lot of people have that issue going on, to the point that even when there is a need for help, that broken little person tell them, you don't need help, you just need me. I got you, I'm your help. And when these things show up and these conversations from that broken little person that tries to keep you from moving forward in your healing process and on your journey show up, that's the problem. That's a problem that we need to address. And not only do we need to address it, we need to really do the work to mend it, to fix it, to heal it so that you can live the best version of you. Remember, there's not another version of you. Now, I know this world is full of people that look alike. They say we all have twins. We may even have triplets, quadruplets. But here's the thing. No one can beat you at being you. So with that knowledge, what are you going to do about it? Because, they say knowledge is power, right? And one thing I'm convinced of, knowledge isn't powerful until you apply it. So therefore, I like to say applied knowledge is power. Therefore, what are you going to do to get you to the best version of you, to the version that when they're saying 'tis the season to be jolly, you can say, yes, I am. What are we doing? Where's the cheer at? Where's the fun at? Hey, even if the fun ain't here, it's here because I'm here. So I bring the joy to the party. I bring the life to the party. I bring the happiness to the season. What are you going to do about that? And don't get me wrong. And of course, in our respected Christianity, religion, Christ is the reason for the season, and he's the one that shows up at the party. However, remember, the same spirit that raised him from the dead is in you. So guess what? When you show up at the party, you're bringing him, and you're bringing all other supernatural help to the party too. So 'tis the season to be jolly, but are you? Are you getting caught up? And I think it was around this time last year, I was walking through a store or some kind of way, I was listening to all these sad love songs. And I felt my energy going, womp, 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 womp. Why? Because if you're caught up in, oh, what do the lonely do at Christmas? And oh, my heart is so broken and I'm so sad. If you play in that energy and that environment, guess what? You'll stay sad, you'll stay broken, you'll stay lonely. You can't keep listening to sad love songs and think they're going to bring you happiness. They don't. I know in your mind, you like, but this resonates with how I'm feeling. Yeah, but this is what we need to do. We need to change the story. The story should not be, I'm going to continue to feel sad, because I tell you all the time, the laws of the universe are operational. And if you feel, oh, I want to be sad all the time, guess what? It's going to stay intentional that you do. So therefore, you shift the narrative. You shift the intention. You say, you know what? I want to be happy. I want to be joyful. I want to be the person that when people look at me on the outside, that's a reflection of what's going on the inside. Because one thing I know, people mask that outside so good when that inside is broken. It's broken. It's hurting. It's crying out for help. As the person who has been there, I said it in my book. I was in Tampa, Florida during the Super Bowl and hanging out, and I had some things that had happened and transpired in my life, and I was hurting, and I was there, and I just wanted to scream. Like, does anybody see me? Does anybody want to know about what I'm going through? Does anybody even care? And, the thing is, it's hard when you're feeling that way and then you're showing up and people looking at you, oh, girl, you beautiful, girl, you bad, you fine, you got it going on. Yes, that may be true. But there was a little girl that was screaming for help, that was crying out, and didn't know how to go about getting it. And so it was part of the process. I see, looking back, that's why the book is It Had to Happen. All of it was part of the process to get me to here and now, to be able to be bold enough to share that story with you, to be able to identify. I have given the appearance of having it all together. I have been like, okay, the life of the party, joyful, bubbly, the okay, hey, the party don't start till I walk in type person. But going home broken, depressed, crying, like, what do I do? And it wasn't until my true healing journey which again brought me to where I'm able to be in front of you. My healing journey took me to a place, whereas the holidays, that they're days, but the joy don't come around a holiday or a season or the external appearance. It all comes from me. I get to create my reality. I get to show up as the fullness and the wholeness and the confidence of who I am. And why am I sharing that with you? I am sharing that with you because I want you to show up as well. And to get there, it required work. It required facing those fears that try to control our lives. And as long as we don't face it, they stay there. We don't know it. We will do things and think we're okay. We will make bad choices, but like, I'm okay. I'm still good. No, you're not okay, because when you're okay, you make wise choices. You make better choices. I heard somebody say recently, I'm a good person. I'm a good person. But yet, they were operating in a situation that could have potentially landed them in jail. It could have landed them in front of a judge that their family would have to come up as character witnesses and say, yes, this is a good person. This person does good. People are always trying to talk to this person because they're pouring into the other people and they're just drawing people. But here's the thing. When faced in that situation, the judges don't care nothing about you being a good person. So I shared that to share. It's time for us to do our healing work. It's time for us to really live what we're talking about. It's easy to talk it, but do we walk what we talk? A lot of people are quick to say, do as I say and not as I do. Well, they don't say not as I do. Their actions just show not as I do. But they can tell you what to do. And so as a person that comes before you with experience of that journey of darkness, that journey of the brokenness, the experience of being in the season of joyfulness and being not joyful. So today's message, I know, is a hard one, but I know it will add value. And that's what I am here for. I'm here to add value. I'm here to let you know it's time for you to mend the broken little girl, the prisoned little girl or little boy, or the prisoned little and free them. Let me just say that because my words are getting tongue-tied, but y'all know, imperfectly perfect. So getting tongue-tied there. But even there was a movie, my girl Regina Hall, Little, and Regina was showing up in this movie. She had obtained the wealth, she obtained the power, and she was a boss. She was a boss, but she was a bully boss. She was downing people, badgering people, belittling people. And a little girl cast a spell on her like, may you become little. And you know what? The little girl that was broken inside of her showed up. And she went on a journey. And the journey, unknown to her, she was trying to find a little girl to get her, that cast a spell to restore her. But ultimately, the moral to the story was that little girl needed to be healed. She does not need to continue to control your life. You need to show love and kindness to others. Even in your boss authority, you still should treat people fairly, treat people kindly, treat people as you want to be treated. And so there are many who are not. And that's not because they really want to. Some people just don't know how to. In fact, in Real Talk last week, the statement came up, you don't know what you don't know. And sometimes people don't know that they're just being buttholes. They don't know that they're just mean, because it's who they are and they've adapted. This is who I am. This is who I am. And people just better take it as is. And you know what? that tends to be season to be jolly, but are you? That's the time when things like that will show up. It will show up because people can withdraw. People don't have to take your bullying. People don't have to take meanness. We're in a world, say it all the time, that is built on the very epitome of love. And it's time for us to love one another. Because when we love one another and love ourselves, and in fact, that's where it starts. It starts at home and it's spread abroad. When it starts there, I promise you, you start feeling better, you start living better, you even start looking better because you have a glow. You may not see the glow, but I promise you, there are people that's in tune with their power that will see the glow in you. So take the time, do the work, be joyful, be happy, and get into your happy place. Get your song, bring that joy to your life, your spirit, and have fun with it. Because I say all the time, life is a journey, and it's a journey to be explored, and it's a journey to have fun and create. In fact, the ending of Real Talk last week, thoughts become things. And I kind of alluded to that in my message last week. Thoughts become things. So put your things to good use. Everything started with a thought. And so if you want a different narrative, if you really want to be joyful during the season, make the choice. Put the thought, set the intention, and follow through on it. Remember, you have the power to create whatever reality you desire, and you want to feel good as you do the creation. Okay? So listen, I know this was a tough message, and look, I'm showing up as Mrs. Santa with that little tough message, but I hope you got it. I hope there's something from it that you were able to glean, okay? So listen, if I have said anything that has added value, touched you, that you resonate with, give your girl a thumbs up. And if you like, drop me a comment, as well as share. If this message can touch you and you know it'll touch someone, please share it with others, because this is about spreading hope and joy and happiness. That's what this is about. And if you're not a part of my Imperfectionist family, I invite you to click on the subscribe button and join us so you know when new content comes up. And y'all know I do try to give you the bubbly, but sometimes y'all know I gotta real talk you as well. So tune in for more. So listen, until the next time, I want you guys to be part of the joy, and I want you to sincerely be part of the joy and feel it in your heart where it resonates in your whole being. Okay? So listen, until the next time, be blessed, be empowered, and have an amazing day.